We're back.
Another year.
Back.
And everybody's laughing at us. We're like, we're going to Florida, and they're like, yeah, bring a snow shovel. I think what's different about this year versus the last couple seasons is I would say there's a little less stress on us. We're out there just trying to learn this car and learn this new type of class that we're running in GT4. It's different than what we've been doing, so a little less pressure on us because we're able to learn the car and not be pressured to try to be at the front of the pack every single time.
The feeling's the same, but I think it's going to be a lot easier on the crew, on the drivers, on everybody with one car. But there's going to be also a lot to learn for everybody, including crew, drivers, because the race format's completely different.
3, 4, 5, try to get a good run on a 5, you know, even a little bit slowed to get a longer run down the straight to the hotel turn. Then 6 to 3rd for hotel, braking at the pavement. You taking 10 in 3rd or 4th?
3rd still.
3rd.
I did try 4th, and I thought it was. I just never had a clean lap to really get a good.
Yeah,
but I saw my delta go down, so maybe 4th you can roll more speed, but.
All right.
Well, I mean, no question, the car and platform are quite a bit different. We're running a M4 instead of the M2 chassis. So far, first impressions have been great on the M4. Certainly a lot more to know. I think the car's a lot racier, a lot more performance oriented. So I'm excited about that. A lot more work for me as a driver for sure. I think the nice part is we've been back into it now a few years, and so the rest of the team, the rest of the equipment, the rest of our program is getting a little bit more consistent, regular, and we've been working the bugs out. So I think we're really ready to focus on a new platform.
It was insane. That was just a blast. I mean, how much more fun can you have and be legal? It's crazy.
Car ran strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, car ran strong. I liked it. I had TC at 4, and that was good. The car was just enough to get a touch of throttle oversteer, but not too much. I really liked it. I thought the tires felt good. I thought the car was good.
The M4 compared to the M2 is a completely different car.
From the braking to the chassis setup, it's just way more of a track-oriented race car. So there's a lot more to learn on our part too.
Better dampers, definitely better brakes, more adjustability.
Every aspect of it is a proper race car. I think we're used to driving a real race car, and I guess what I mean by that is something that was really built from the chassis up as a race car. So the braking's more redefined, suspension's better from a driver. Just the whole cockpit ergonomics is way easier to utilize. I think from a team perspective, the car is just easier to work on because it's meant for this sort of abuse and this sort of driving. So, I mean, everything's just that much more redefined. Yeah, it's quicker, but it kind of all scales proportionately. So it's just a way more fun race car.
Nice.
Did you take a picture?
Yeah.
No, you didn't? Let me
Yeah,
see.
I did.
You didn't take a picture.
I took one, dude.
Let me see, bro.
Ask ChatGPT.
Yeah, I'm there right now, motherfucker.
Fucking 32 gigabit
Nova.
iPhone right here.
Say
dude.
what bit video?
Okay.
Is my camera.
Yeah. It might be 10 bit,
Let me see.
which would be pretty good.
Watch my hand.
You're being fucking.
You can't record me and say you're being.
And
It's gonna end up on the internet.
not if I don't put on the internet, dude. In New York, so whatever. What are you guys doing?
It's not running. So he's thinking that he put race fuel in it. He's thinking that it clogged up the jet. He's gonna try to stick something through the jet. See if we can't get some fuel in there and get.
You think the race fuel clogged the jet already?
Yeah, it's not designed for that high octane, so it probably just burned everything or melted everything inside of it. How you doing? Love that, by the way. That's awesome. It's clear. It's clear.
We also got sent this Oryx Earth pit bike for the year to work around the paddock. So I don't know, how many cc's is this thing, Tyler?
You ran it out race gas.
Yeah. So a lot of times we have another pit vehicle, but sometimes it's nice if somebody needs to run to the bathroom or something. So they asked me if I wanted to try out this little pit bike. So they sent it to us, and so far so good. This will be on our on the truck with us this year as one of the official paddock vehicles of Rigid Speed Company. So.
It is 5 horsepower, 105 cc 4-stroke.
3.5 horsepower, 105 cc 4-stroke.
Yeah.
And I think the other thing, Lucas, is running 15 where, like, if you float more speed into the 14, 15, I'm not getting to throttle again till I'm kind of midway up the curb. Then I'm actually driving over the end of the curb because I kind of can't get there sooner. It's almost worse if you get there sooner because I'm getting narrow instead of widening at the. So it helped me. I felt at 16 I was on the throttle earlier.
So I think this season, you know, we've been with SRO for a couple of years now. I think our goals this season is to just learn the car, be successful, start every race, finish every race, and you know, learn as much as we can, you know, without breaking anything.
And I think we have a huge undertaking. I would like to say we're the underdogs really of the year. We kind of always have been. We're, you know, underfunded, understaffed really, and compared to a lot of these teams and drivers out here who really do it for a living, yeah, we're kind of biting off a big apple. So
As far as the race format goes, one car, two drivers. You have to do a pit stop in between, and the pit stop itself has to be very coordinated, has to be down to the 10th of a second to be competitive.
When it's myself in a car running a sprint race, when I make a mistake, I'm sort of the only one that it affects. Now as a team sport, when I make a mistake, there's more at stake with every mistake. So the level of concentration, the level of precision, the level of accuracy has to be much tighter essentially. So that part of it I think is, you know, I welcome that, but I'm also a little bit anxious about that.
my role as a lead driver.
Sounded like a statement, not a question.
Yeah, I mean, I think the reality is we're kind of, like I said, out of our league a little bit in the Pro-Am class, meaning we're really up against some of the best drivers in the country. So I guess my role is to try to help develop the car and get it in a way that's drivable for both of us, kind of be the faster of the two. But so I kind of take the lead on the development of the car. If the car's not handling well, or if the car doesn't feel right, it's kind of my job to get us as close as we kind of figured that out. I think it's such a team effort here at Rigid Speed Company that it's like, in a way, we're all drivers, we're all crew guys. So yeah, I think the camaraderie is what makes the team successful, and if we can stick to that, it should be fun.
Racing, yeah, ultimately is fun, but I think being who we are as far as, our relationship with each other, we know we want to be competitive and we want to be towards the front. And even if, we are or we're not, we're always going to fight like, we have a chance. And I think that's just everybody's personality on this team is, fight until the very last second.
I'm super excited because I love everyone on the team. I love the whole idea of the equipment and the technology behind it. I love the idea of learning the whole platform from BMW. So to me, the challenge is certainly all part of the fun. My expectations, I think the field is super competitive. GT4 as a whole, with the 2-driver platform, there's Pro, Pro-Am, and Am-Am. I think we definitely have our work cut out to be competitive in our field, and I think we're pretty much in the strongest field that we could potentially run, maybe even a little too high for us for this year. But
ultimately, the goal is to just start the season and finish the season and fight as hard as we can to do that.
And lastly, why do you have a hole in your pants?
The hole in my pants. Just a little unprepared this weekend.
How come you always play on your laptop and not sweeping when I ask you to?
Because I'm on my break, dude. All right.
That's good with that. Yeah.